Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with this week's tech expert, but first, we're going to give a shout out to all of our great sponsors. Now, don't hit that fast forward button. You've heard me say before, these are all companies that I used as an athletic director. They're all great companies. You should be using them too. So take 3 minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our Tech Tuesday guest, and then go and visit these sponsors, particularly if you're not using them. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Gipper for their support. Go to Gipper.com. Their team is going to have you creating world-class social media content in seconds, and it's so easy, even I can do it. Whether it's a simple social media post to celebrate a big win or an entire newsletter to showcase all the great things your athletic department's doing, the team at Gipper is going to have you up and running in no time. It's professional graphic design made easy. Go to Gipper.com to get started. We also want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards for all the teams, for all the different events, or show off your school's Hall of Fame, go to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Check out their interactive touchscreen video consoles. You put one of these in your gym lobby, your main auditorium, it's going to be a magnet for kids, coaches, alumni, sponsors. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their great products today. We also want to thank Home Campus. Home Campus is one of those platforms you're going to use every single day, whether it's scheduling, rosters, results. For me, the athletic clearance and eligibility platform alone is worth the price. Go to homecampus.com for more information. That's all you got to do, homecampus.com. We also want to say thanks to our good friends at Snap. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. It's hands down the best online fundraiser out there. We used it at our school with tremendous success. Coaches loved it, parents loved it. I'm telling you, it works. Go to snapraise.com. Check out all of their other great platforms. But if you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it. It's snapraise.com. We also want to say thanks to Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. My assistant AD, along with thousands of others, got his master's through the Ohio program and it was a great experience. It's very affordable, just 20 months totally online. And while you earn your master's degree, you're also completing 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Go to ohio.edu/info/MAA for more information. We want to say thank you to Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years. As an athletic director, I made sure our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches, all of our coaches, just loved the tools that Huddle provided. Our kids love the videos and our parents love the streaming, but there's so much more. Go to huddle.com. Join the 8 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We want to say thank you to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables, and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. You can schedule a live web demo, see all the great products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com for more information. We also want to say thank you to our friends at Hometown. Hometown is changing the game for athletic directors, for coaches, for school administrators with their suite of solutions for things like digital ticketing, fee-free fundraising, and athletic website. Hometown makes it easy for schools to save time, raise more money, and bring your community together. To find out more, just go to hometown.com. That's it, hometown.com. And we want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. At my school, we use surveys for everything, kids, coaches, parents, and the information that would come back on these surveys was almost always over the top positive. They did allow us to hear from those concerned parents, usually small concerns, and keep them from turning into big concerns. But having that positive data, usually 98%, was incredibly valuable, especially when you're visiting with that frustrated parent, or maybe your principal, or even your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. That's Athletic Surveys. Check them out today. You're going to be very glad you did. Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We've got definitely what we'd call an A-list guest today. We had him on as a guest back in season 1. He was part of the first Toolbox book. He is a leader on a national level. Our guest today is Jay Hammes. He's a certified master athletic administrator. He's the lead faculty member for the NIAAA's LTI course on contest management. In his spare time, he's the president of Safe Sport Zone. He's an author. He's a consultant. He's definitely a leader in the profession of education-based athletics, and we're excited to have him back. Jay, welcome back to the Educational AD Podcast.
Thanks, Jake. I'm very happy to be with you today. So what we'd like to try to do is just to start off with is think about the pre-event make sure steps that every school should be participating in. And I'm thinking, everybody knows that anyone today working in the high school industry, they should know the number one reason for lawsuits is negligence. And if you don't have an after school, but after school emergency plan, you are negligent going into it. And so we strongly recommend developing one. We have these right now. And today I'm going to offer anyone on the show a free after school event security plan. All you have to do is email me at safesportzone@gmail.com and we'll send it out. Not only is it paid for by the printing and everything by Crisis Prevention Institute, our sponsor, but also they'll pay for the shipping. So it's not going to cost you a nickel. More importantly, if you do get this, you're halfway there, because if you have a plan, that's great. You have to have a plan, but are you prepared? And that's the big difference today with a lot of our incidences that happen at the after school events. People might have plans, but they're not prepared like we should be. And so, well, at least we're starting off with the plan and we work from there. We have an interesting business that is a sponsor on your program, Jake. It's called SnapRaise, and they have a product called FanX. Now, we put it on our trainings. We will provide information to get this particular product because number one, let's just say you have an emergency, a weather emergency. How are you as a school official communicating an evacuation? Before anyone can respond to an alert, they must first be able to see, hear, or read an announcement. And so the question is, what are you doing? Now, certainly at a football game, you have the PA system, but not all events, especially practices, you have that availability. So FanX is an app that the school district would purchase for the community. Everybody would be able to have it on their app. And if an emergency came up, it has a 60 to 90-second demand notification. So they can notify you particular extreme weather incident coming. They would be able to notify you in 60 to 90 seconds, which is amazing. Obviously, they can't reach everybody. But I'll tell you, it's a product that we think is probably the best on the market. Plus, it has facility included. So when you do evacuate, it'll show you where to go for each one of the facilities. I'm telling you, I think this product is a home run when it comes to emergency management.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And again, the theme of all of your presentations in Safe Sport Zone is this idea of you really, as an AD, you have to be prepared at a number of different levels. You do a whole 4-hour course on this, but in the next 10 minutes, what are some key things, maybe 2 or 3 things that you can share with our listeners that they can take with them to be better prepared so they're not dealing with a negligence issue down the road?
Absolutely. We have broken down a 25-minute training into three segments, the most important. If a school would just focus on these three steps, they would be able to provide 85 to 90% protection and provide a safe environment for their events. Number one, we have to scan the gate. I mean, today, with all the negative behavior that's going on, and who knows what fans are bringing through the gate today. It could be bottles, it could be weapons, but if you're not scanning the gate, it's just not a healthy situation. So you got to have some idea how to scan the gate. I mean, certainly handheld metal detectors could be used depending on the geographic location of your school, or megatometers, but even people detectors are better. I sometimes think people detectors are better than metal detectors if done correctly. And so what are you scanning? Well, number one, I hope you're not scanning physical characteristics. That's profiling. That should never happen. But how about scanning the hands and the eyes? The eyes can tell you a lot. If somebody's coming through that gate, uh, wanting to bring an illegal weapon or bottle or whatever it might be, they're going to be scanning too. They're going to be scanning exit routes. They're going to be scanning number of law enforcement officers, witnesses. It's called reverse scanning. It's something law enforcement officers could help you with, uh, but it's something that needs to be done. And the other part is the hands. If somebody's coming in with two hands in their pocket, wouldn't you want to know what's in their pockets? I mean, so it's just important to have people up at that gate, especially law enforcement officers and personnel, administrators, and scan everybody coming through that gate. Two is once they're in the venue, you need to assign those crowded sections of bleachers and assign those sections into break it down to 200, 250 people per section and have somebody scan that area every few minutes. In other words, you're watching the game, you're going to turn around every few minutes, you're going to scan that area and you're going to scan for anger issues. Somebody with a loud voice yelling at the official, whatever it might, that kind of behavior. And if you can identify that type of person, then watch them. I mean, these little exercises are so simplistic, but so powerful because we believe in proactive game management today. Get out in front of these things before they spin out of control. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is identify early on. And the third most important is the perimeter. There is so many problems, especially gun violence and fights happening outside the venue versus inside. And so be able to have a plan on securing that perimeter is really important. You might have somebody go out there into the parking lot with a golf cart every 20, 30 minutes. You might have additional lighting. Any of those exercises is going to be important to be able to keep that perimeter safe.
Yeah, as you were going through those, and again, you and I are both retired now. I think we're still pretty active in the profession, though. But I was thinking back to my last school, and um, we divided our gym into basically four sections: our students and our parents on one side, and then the visiting team student and parents. And I had my assistant AD down, kind of looking at our students. I was at the opposite corner of the visiting students. And then typically we had either our security or a couple of off-duty deputies that we would hire, and they would be in opposing corners. So we had the quadrants, if you will. We never really had any issues, but as you said, just scanning the stands for that loud parent or that loud student, it really preemptive security, I think, rather than reacting to some fan going nuts. What are some other quick tips that you can share with our listeners that they can take with them to their next home event? As we're coming up to spring now, outdoor events, baseball, softball, track, lacrosse. What are some tips for outdoor venues?
Well, before we go to open air access events, I just want to say that people need to understand today you need to work the event, not watch it.
Yep.
And that happens so often. I remember one of my first jobs as an athletic director, we had the head basketball, and I won't mention any school, but the head basketball coach signed up to work an event, and he ended up coming with his lawn chair. So, you just have to be very concerned today. Today is not the same environment that it was 10, 15 years ago. And
Yep.
so please work the event, not watch. But those open air track meet, cross country, anything where you can't contain, you cannot contain the event. Uh, yeah, you normally don't have the severe problems like football or basketball. Those are the two main ones. Hockey, certainly, some of the men's soccer games, but for the most part, those events that are outside and not contained normally do not have issues. But that doesn't mean that you can't follow those same procedures we just talked about. And so don't take it lightly. Anything could happen at any time, no matter where you are. Certainly, if you're in Chicago, it's going to be a lot different than Boulder Junction, Wisconsin. And so understand your environment. And I always say today, if you're on the fringe of problems happening, you might want to get a handheld metal detector. Don't get it board approved, but don't use it. Just put the handheld metal detector at the gate and let people talk about it. Any of those little tips that you can do today to please the school board and get approval is important. And if you want to take a plan that you have, don't do it by yourself. Have a committee. I always say get an athletic board at your old, like a local high school, maybe 5, 7 people, odd numbers in case you have to vote, you got an odd number. And pass that with the people that you know in your athletic board, then take it to the district emergency response team and have them, they might tweet it, whatever, but they're going to eventually prove it. And then from that program, from that district emergency response team, take it to the superintendent on to the school board. Don't do it by yourself. That's not a good situation.
Yeah. And even if you can't get a detection device, or your school board doesn't want to go that way, just standing at the gate, that main entrance, whether it's you or your assistant AD or the coach that's on duty, or your resource officer, just having that physical presence there to greet people, greet that student from the other school that might have something in mind. Hey, welcome to our house. That is a deterrent as well. Mm.
We used to have students who were in detention. We worked it out with administration. And instead of being in detention for, X amount of time, they were released and worked the games and took a negative to a positive and had them smile and hand out programs. And it really worked out well. I mean, I always thought that was a building character program, and we were successful with it.
I love that idea. Boy, that's a brilliant idea. Wish I was still in AD so I could put it into play. Jay, you gave out the email contact, safesportzone@gmail.com. And listeners, if you're not familiar with Safe Sport Zone, it's just an incredible resource for you with a lot of free stuff like Jay just talked about. You really need to check it out, get the free items, but also reach out to Jay, schedule a visit either in person or a Zoom call for some Safe Sport Zone training for your coaches, for your admin, for your entire school. It's really a tremendous resource. Jay, did I leave anything out?
No, I think we covered a lot in a very short period of time, which today is the name. It's more is less, and I think you're onto something with your program being what 15 minutes. That makes sense.
Okay. Well, again, listeners, go back to season 1 in the archives. Listen to our interview with Jay. He has a tremendous background as an AD, as a coach, as a leader, both at the high school and the college level. And again, he's the president of Safe Sport Zone. Check out the website, shoot him the email, get those free resources. I was just at my old school up in Tallahassee. We still have the Safe Sport Zone posters in the gym lobby area. Great, great stuff.
And again, if people want safety posters, just send me an email. Send me a pack, and then I'll include other materials that you just mentioned along with the emergency plan.
All right. Well, Jay, thanks again for sharing. All the best with all your trainings. I guess worst case, we'll see you in Tampa all the way in December for the next national conference. Hopefully, we'll cross paths on the road. I know we both do a lot of speaking during the school year, but thanks for sharing with our listeners.
Thank you, Jake. See you in Tampa.
Okay.
All
For our
right.
listeners, we want to say thanks to you and just remind you that we upload the Zoom recordings of every interview to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do this segment every week, and just about every day we try to share best practices and stories from the world of athletics. So we'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast. Hey, don't forget safesportzone at gmail.com. Safesportzone@gmail.com. Hey, real quick, we want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. You heard Jay mention SnapRaise and FanX, their platform. Check them out, snapraise.com. Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Check out their touchscreen video consoles. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. Hometown, all their great services that they provide. That's hometown.com. Gipper, you'll find them at gipper.com. Huddle, as a football coach, I used Huddle. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. You'll find them at huddle.com. The Ohio University Online Masters in Athletic Administration. That's ohio.edu/info/MAA. Home Campus, you heard me say Home Campus is a platform you're going to use every single day. Go to homecampus.com. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. That's sidelineinteractive.com. And Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast.